Hello there. What's going on, everyone? We've got a ton of X-Wing news. There's a new app. There's new rules. There's new points. There's lots of new stuff coming down for X-Wing, and we're going to talk about all of it. But before I do that, I do want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, Luxury Playstyle. They have amazing Full Metal tokens for X-Wing, and there is a Black Friday sale coming up. So while normally my code Crabbok VIP is going to save you 15%, you are looking at potential even increased savings for Black Friday with the special code CRABBOKFRIDAY, which I will also be tweeting and sharing on social media once Black Friday hits. However, I also want to throw out there that with purchases of $35 or more, you're also going to get that Crabbok lightsaber nunchuck coin, which is super awesome. So what you can do for right now, go over to Luxury Playstyle, figure out what you want. When Black Friday comes, save yourself even more. It's going to be awesome. I mean, these make for amazing stocking stuffers. Just great gifts for you or your friends. Tell your friends and family this is what you want. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this. So we've got a new rules reference, and this is there's a couple of things in here. It's not super heavy. It is kind of surprising that we actually got a lot of new. So much new stuff from Fantasy Flight right after the Atomic Mass Games announcement. Some things that are just clarifications. A lot of the new things that we've seen on cards, like get kind of their explanations in here. I'm only going to touch on some of the things that I think are the biggest ones. I think this is interesting right here. There's a point where they talk about if you run out of damage cards, like you got to get some scratch paper and write down how much damage is on there and then shuffle all face down damage into make a new deck. I think that's funny. Some more clarification on the end phase. Fuse markers, I guess, can now go on obstacles, which is interesting. I don't know if there's anything in place yet. Jam actually gets something pretty new, that you can now jam and your bullseye up to range 2, which is pretty interesting. Well, at range 1 to 2. So I guess if you're touching, then they're at range 0. So you probably can't jam somebody that you're touching. Although usually if you touch somebody, you're losing your perform action step anyway. But there's all those things to consider. But there's a use case for just about everything. Let's see. Let's see. We got a lot of things to scroll down. There's also a lot of errated cards and updated cards and updated FAQ. The cluster mine clarification. And one of the new bombs they talked about, it's specifically a 1 speed that you're going to be dropping. I'm scrolling down some more. Dormits got changed quite a bit, that it has to be friendly small ships that are placed. So he also got a points reduction. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. It's the concussion bombs that they added using the 1 template specifically, so you can't try to combine that with anything else that's going to give you different templates or anything else of that sort. Let's see, what else did we get here in this one? It is interesting that the real question right now is is this going to be the last big update for X-Wing that comes from Fantasy Flight Games? Because we really don't have a timeline yet of when Atomic Mass Games is going to be taking over all of this stuff. A big FAQ entry here on the automated target priority, talking all about what is, basically you're going to choose your weapon. They're talking about the exact order and how you determine who's closest and at each individual range. It's outlining very specific examples of all of that. I'm not going to go into each individual thing, but this is all available on the Fantasy Flight website. Let's see, they're talking about Kalani. There's a lot of extra FAQ questions and systems here. Major Rhymer can attack at range 0. Thermal detonators. The funny one, that this was not a new one, but I always thought it was funny about the Marg Sable closure. A structure is, oh wait, I can't tell you about that. And I wonder if we're ever even going to see now. Who knows if that's going to be one of the things that gets changed, or if structures are still going to show up. But who knows? I thought a lot of things were dead or were going away. I thought we weren't ever going to see any more huge ship support, and it looks like that might actually happen. So let's see. Let's move over. We did get an article here talking about the points update. They talked about some of the points update. They also talked about some of the hyperspace legality and things that changed here in this particular article. They did talk about RZ-2A wings, Commander Malorus, the Kashyyyk Defender. Also talking about the Fang fighters gaining mod, except for Fen Rao, and Boba Fett of all things losing his crew, and I think that's a little annoying because they just came out with Jango Fett's Slave 1, and I was looking for ways to put some like Boba and Jango together and things like that. I off the top of my head, I remember thinking like, oh, this is a great opportunity to try new combos out, and they just said no, But then again, I might be. This is just kind of initial things because I don't even remember if Jango can even go in Scum. I know the Boba crew could go in Scum or Separatists, but I don't remember if Jango could do the same either. And then they talk about the hyperspace changes, and we're going to be able to see all of these in the points guide. Of course, the hyperspace ring is not going to be there, but they wanted to make all the new ships legal. One thing that's interesting about this hyperspace changes is I think they are talking about every ship is going to be legal, at least in some form. And so looking at some of all of these are available under the X-Wing products page under fantasyflightgames.com. And if you follow this, what you can do is you can see like in blue here, a lot of the ships that have gone down are going to be in blue. The ships that have gone up will be in red, and then if it's just a change, it'll usually be in green. So from no to yes. We're also able to notice the builder keywords are on there as well, like dark side and tie, dark side and Sith and tie. And these are some things we talked about with in my interview with Max a while back. Here we see Sloan went up. There is not as many changes in points that we used to see. It's not quite as much as far as sweeping changes, and that's kind of interesting. I think that's kind of influenced by the fact that we haven't really had any tournaments, and so like everything that's being played is online. Like FFG likes to pretend like that. Oh, we don't know about that online play exists, but of course they do. Like they have some kind of contract thing. Like they can't officially acknowledge it, but like they are aware that people are definitely playing on like TTS and Vassal and things like that. So that is an interesting. Now, I want to give a shout out to Reddit user A Polite Canadian, who on the X-Wing Reddit did a nice little points update breakdown for November 2020. He has links there. If you go to the Reddit X-Wing TMG, you're going to see this points update breakdown. And looking at one of them, basically, this is a real nice way to kind of, it's all sorted out, the different tabs by Empire and Scum and by different factions and the generic and even huge ships, and it shows like a running tally of how the points have gone up or down over time. So I think this is maybe a more effective way than trying to open up all these different PDFs. You can kind of look at everything right there, and I'm looking at Scum right now. So I thought that was a really kind of cool way to do this. Looking over some things, the TIE RB Heavy are all new, but yeah, like we've got out of this brand new ship, our two named pilots for the TIE RB Heavy are not hyperspace legal, which is like, wait, this is a brand new ship, and all of a sudden I can't run it. Like it's but you waited until after everybody bought them to say that now they can't run the named pilots for this new ship in hyperspace. That kind of annoys me a little bit, and that's why I don't really like hyperspace as a format. I understand why it exists, but it's not to my personal tastes at all. I'm like, if it's not, I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't play only X-Wing. I think if I played exclusively X-Wing, I would really appreciate the variety that brings into the game and how it changes up, because especially with X-Wing having so much stuff. But this is an example of how that can feel negative, right? Like, but granted, you can always play you can play extended, so it's not, it's just a criticism of that format, because if I played more X-Wing, I would, I really am only a fan of playing extended. I don't like the hyperspace format. I didn't mind it at first when I was getting into it, because I was playing Republic only, and for the first couple of waves of that, it was just 100% of it was legal, so I'd never even had to even worry about it. But now, like, brand new ships coming out, and oh yeah, by the way, you can only use half of this expansion. That's kind of a bummer for me, but this is a great way to kind of take a look at everything in a very summarized and concise point of view. So big shout out to a Polite Canadian on Reddit for sharing that with us. And for sharing that with the community. That's just X-Wing's got such a cool community. Another new interesting thing is the updated programming article that just went live, and they are talking all about the new app. There's a new app available on for phones, for iOS and Android, and also for their website. And it's even got Epic support. It finally has Epic support. This is something that we haven't had in a long time, and I didn't think we were ever going to get. Honestly, I thought Epic was just being flushed down the toilet. Now, granted, it's probably not that much work for them to at least add Epic support. There's been a lot of rumor and everything, and not even just rumor, but they've straight up said that the app was very expensive to maintain and to update, and I believe they don't have the people who originally created the app anymore, so nobody knew how to update it, you know, basically. So it looks like they've gone with a whole new app. I have it open right here. You've got a couple of interesting changes to the UI. Everything looks a little smaller to me. I'm not a big fan of this new interface. You've got game modes. You can make your own custom game modes, and you can say what's legal, what's not, and all of that. I haven't really gone into it. I don't really want to make my own custom game mode personally, but if you're into that sort of thing, go for it. I think if you're hosting tournaments or something like that, that could be a fun way to do it. There's also a card database. You can just pick on any given card and look at them. I am not crazy about this, though, because, all right, we've got our movement chart, and that's good. We got kind of some of the icons, but everything looks really small to me. Does it look small to you guys? Like it just looks, you know. I could zoom in. Hold on, let me do that. But then that takes other stuff off camera. Like I feel like this was built with mobile in mind. I don't think it's built for desktop users. I think it's built with mobile in mind. So this is me viewing it on in a Google Chrome browser, and it's okay. You know, like you get the points. The points are kind of small. The icons are kind of small. They become a little pixelated. You know, it's just, you know, it's okay, I guess. Let's try and build a list. You know, let's build some B-Wings, because B-Wings are coming out in Star Wars Squadrons, and so maybe we'll do some streaming tonight. You know, maybe. Let's see, new squad. All right, select game mode, extended. Sure. Add ships. Let's add Gina Moonsong. Sure. Marksmanship. Add torpedo. Okay. Add sensor. Advanced sensors. Okay. And oh, is that it? Okay, then she's in there. I mean, so that doesn't seem too bad. It doesn't seem too bad. Honestly, I don't think this compares to yet another squad builder. I think that's, you know, the YASP 2.0 is like still the king, always will be as far as I'm concerned. But hey, they have this. I don't like this. This is one of the things I never really liked very much about X-Wing 2.0 is the whole you must use. I mean, granted, people want to use squad builders anyway, and I get that. But the community's already got better. Like, why? I feel like this is just such a waste of them really trying to maintain this. Why not just go back to having the points on the cards and just letting the community make their own best stuff, because they do a better job. In my opinion. That's me. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. By the way, if you guys are new here, we are still running that $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. We're also going to be doing 12 Days of Life Day all throughout December. If you guys are subscribed and you have left comments on my videos, you are automatically entered for the 12 Days of Life Day. 12 times during December, surprise giveaways for subscribers who have left comments. You don't know what it's going to be. I usually announce winners kind of closer to the end of my videos, so that's exciting. Stay tuned for more information on that, and you know, it's going to be a very merry life day for some folks. All right, that's going to be about it. Be sure to check out Luxury Playstyle again. Thank them for sponsoring this video. Thank you guys all so much for your continued support. If you're looking for other things non-token related, we got a lot of merch down below. We've got some cool upside down. I always hold this one upside down. We got Darth Maul gator necks. We got all kinds of masks. We've got t-shirts. We got, look at the Vader masks. Or if you get a Darth Vader gator neck, is it now called a Vader neck? I think it is. All right. So I'm so funny. I am hilarious. If your dice betray you, you can get yourself a bag. It's the Bad Dice Prison. It's your dice on carbonite. You put them in there. You can take them in warm or take them in cold. Right? Teach them, put them on ice, you know, put them in carbonite, teach your dice how to show you some respect. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for this. Is just a quick rundown. I'm going to put some links to some of the stuff in the video description below. There's also links to my Patreon, website, Discord. Hop in Discord, chat with us a little bit. Tell us your thoughts on all of these new changes. Do you think this is going to be the last big update we get from Fantasy Flight before Atomic Mass starts taking over the stuff? We shall see. And we'll talk to you guys later. Big thanks to my patrons on Patreon. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I could not do this without you. So thank you all so much. And as always, have a great day.